Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Alpana Bajaj, a Principal Program Manager for Omnichannel for Customer Service, and I have today with me Raj Natarajan and Diana Sparks. In this session, we are going to talk about Omnichannel for Customer Service. Before we move on, a quick note, Raj and Diana will be available throughout the session on the chat panel, so if you have any questions, feel free to post them along the way. In this session, we are going to talk about Omnichannel, followed up with the demo, and then we will open up for the Q&A. Thanks to many of you who have allowed us to work with you, understand your business use cases, and come up with a world-class customer care vision. Now, as part of this journey, what we have identified are the key pillars for customer care, starting from self-service, omnichannel engagement, to agent productivity, proactive customer service, resource scheduling, technician success. And across all these components, providing insights and knowledge in a very immersive manner is the key to the customer care success. In today's session, I'm going to focus on self-service, omnichannel, agent productivity, and proactive service. Let's get started. On the self-service side, we already have Power Apps portals, which you may be familiar with, that is inbuilt and provides you capabilities like knowledge, forums, ideas, and blogs that can be authored and maintained right within Dynamics 365 and exposed to your external customers. Not only that, you can also use a Power Apps portal to do case management aspects for self-service use cases. With 2019 release, what we brought to you was chat, which you can embed on a website. Later in the 2019 release, around December timeframe, we also added two key capabilities for self-serve. First and foremost, being Power Virtual Agents, which you can plug and play in a chat window. The second being Microsoft Bot Framework bot integration within chat window. We acknowledge the fact that a lot of our existing customers today are already using Microsoft Bot Framework bots, which can help them integrate with the new channels as well. The next section that we would be talking to you today about is Omnichannel section. Now, as part of the Omnichannel release that happened in 2019, you know that we released chat, which is built on top of the same technology stack that runs Teams today. Along with that, we also added channels like SMS, which were powered by our partner Telesign. We added Facebook Messenger direct messaging channel as part of our Omnichannel framework. And across all the channels that we lit up, one thing that we ensured was that any bot that you plug in inside Omnichannel can be channel agnostic, and you can use the same bot across all the channels that are getting lit up in this particular product. With April release, I'm super excited to announce a lot of new channels based on the popular demand that we have been getting from you all into the stack, starting from Teams, to Twilio SMS, to Line, WeChat, Twitter, WhatsApp, so on and so forth. Not only that, a lot of you have been asking for channel elevation modality on top of chat. So this is other key capability that we have already released in April, should be available for you to go ahead and play around with it. That's voice and video. So on top of the chat, you can seamlessly elevate the chat and add voice and video modalities to your chat conversations. The next section is co-browse. A lot of the financial sector customers have been asking for co-browse capabilities. So on co-browse, we have partnered with third-party providers to provide you a seamless, a unified experience to your agents to initiate the co-browse activity right on top of chat, and for the customers to start sharing their screen, and agents can navigate them across along the way. Last but not the least, we all know the adoption of Teams is growing multifold, especially during the COVID period. And a lot of our customers have been seeing a great amount of adoption on Teams. That brought a very creative use case for Omnichannel, specifically around the business to employee help desk use cases, starting from an HR help desk use case for internal engagements, to a finance help desk use case, to an IT help desk use case, so on and so forth. So with April release, this feature allows you to light up those help desk use cases wherein you can use omnichannel engagement not only for your external customer care, but also for your internal employee care engagements as well. The next section that we will be diving deep into is the next generation agent experiences that revolve around agent productivity. Now, based on the interactions that we have had with different customers, the key problem that have been surfaced to us is the fact that in the contact center industry, the attrition rate is too high. A lot of times the agents are working in silos across different applications for different channels, and the information is spread across different systems. Now, because of all these three parameters, the agent productivity is impacted and the customer experience is not seamless. A lot of times, agents have to hop across different tools and different systems to provide the right experience to customers. And customers have to repeat a lot of information multiple times to get the right answers. Now, in order to address these concerns, what we bring to you as part of April release are persona-built productivity tools that will help not only your agents, but as well as your supervisors. Starting from real-time sentiment, which will in one glance provide the mood of the conversation to the agent. So an agent doesn't have to parse through the entire transcript to understand how the conversation has been going on between the bot and the customer. Just with one glance on the real-time sentiment indicator, an agent can get to know about the mood of the conversation and focus more on the conversations that are going trending negative. We also have quick replies, which provide agents a capability to start the interaction in no time. And these quick replies are also personalized and sluggable. The next thing that we bring in is an ability to embed your contact and case timelines right within the conversation summary form, which provides you a great tool to see a unified customer journey across all channels, both synchronous and asynchronous in one view. Next thing that we are going to talk about is the website history. Now, a lot of times when we have been talking to different agents and shadowing them, one of the key things that they have called out is the fact that having an ability to know what the end customers have been doing on the website, what kind of pages that they have already visited, what kind of search keyword phrases that they have already used, will help the agents understand the tasks that the customers have been doing on the website and provide a more contextual answer to their problem. So what we bring to you is a website activity history tracker, which will allow you to capture all the customer journey touch points on the website, pass it as a context to the chat, and make it available to the agents. The next three capabilities that I'm going to talk about are the coolest one, and I love them the most. I sincerely hope that they will resonate with you as well. This is around the fact about agent guidance. Now, since there's a huge attrition rate in the contact center industry, and a lot of times the processes also get tuned for the business use case changes, there's a need to provide a real-time inline guidance to the agents that they can follow step by step in order to address customers' problem. That is what agent guidance is purpose-built to address the area. With agent guidance, we allow you to embed agent scripts, a step-by-step checklist kind of a thing that you can expose to your agents that they can go ahead and follow. We also provide an ability to embed macros as part of those agent scripts that will allow you to automate a lot of steps that the agents do manually today. Like, for example, condensing multiple clicks to find the information into one click, an ability to pass on all the context that is available in the session to be consumed in the macros, so on and so forth. The last feature that I'm going to show you today is Smart Assist. With Smart Assist, you get a capability to plug and play a bot, which is completely in your control, which can listen to the conversation in a very silent manner and listen to all the message exchanges that are happening between the agent and the customer and suggest next best steps to the agent. Now, since this bot is completely in your control, you have 100% flexibility around the use cases that you want to light up. You can light it up to surface next best KB articles. You can light it up to provide the tool guidance to the agent, and you can also light it up to provide real-time notifications around the process adherence aspects as well. Just like agent guidance can be plugged with macros, Smart Assist can also be plugged with macros, and with one click, you can automate a bunch of stuff there as well. Note, let's move on to the third pillar, which is insights and knowledge. As I mentioned, across all the pillars of customer service, one of the key differentiating factors that brings a unique experience to agents, customers, and supervisors is to ensure the availability of AI-based tools and insights right at the time when they need it. Just like the way you saw for agents, we have real-time sentiment indicators. For supervisors, we have sentiment insights and analytics dashboard that can help them take key decision points as to which agents need coaching, which agents are doing good, and who can act like mentors, so on and so forth. We also have a lot of correlation insights, which can help you drive decisions for your operations in terms of both intraday insights and as well as historical insights. Last but not the least, very recently, we have also launched sentiment topic drivers in preview that will automatically suggest the key topic drivers for your conversations by going through all the chat transcripts and correlate that with sentiment to provide you an indication of which topics are trending negative, which topics are trending positive, so on and so forth. And all this is automatically done and is AI based, so your agents don't have to do any kind of manual categorization of chat transcripts with the topics. On that note, let me set the stage for demo, but while I do that, a quick call out. As I mentioned initially, both Raj and Diana are available for any questions that you want to take. So if you have any questions, don't wait for the last Q&A section. Go ahead and ask them questions, and they'll be there to help you out. On the demo side, what we will be showing to you today is proactive self-service on the website, where a customer can log in on the website, look up for KB articles, have a bot interact with them, and if the bot is unable to address customer's problem, the second section of the demo will contain the agent experiences. As part of the next-gen agent experience, what we are going to show you today is the modern multi-session, multi-app, browser-based experience, which is loaded with a lot of productivity and collaboration tools. Last but not the least, based on the popular demand that we got immediately after our first launch, we have added a bunch of new channels to meet your channel specific asks as well. In the interest of time, in the demo, I'm going to show you Facebook and WhatsApp. Whatever I'm going to show you on Facebook and WhatsApp will hold true for the rest of the channels as well. On that note, let's get started with the demo. So in the first section, as I mentioned, what I'm going to show you today is proactive self-service. So as part of proactive self-service, here I have a customer, Pat Welch, who's logged in on the websites, looking up for knowledge base forums to address his Xbox issue. He gets a proactive chat notification and he starts interacting with the bot. Bot can be used to gather information and get more context about the problem. It can also do a self-serve by suggesting the next steps and KB articles, which can help the customer address the problem. If the bot is unable to address the problem, then there's a seamless handoff to the agent, which I'm going to show you in the next section. As an agent, I get the desktop notification, which takes me to the Omnichannel for customer service experience. A session is automatically launched, and a sentiment indicator is shown up on the top. All the message exchanges between the customer and bot are shown to the agent to provide him full context. He can also use quick replies to start the interaction with the customer in no time. So this is how a basic message exchange works. What you see on the right is the context which is preloaded for the customer based on the automated record identification rules that are built into the system for both authenticated and unauthenticated chats. The system automatically also loads up any open cases that are there for that particular contact. Now, this entire stack is built on top of your existing customer service. So if you have any existing customizations that you have built, all those customizations will be available to the agents right within Omnichannel for Customer Service. You don't have to rebuild them or reintegrate them. Now, as the customer service agent is gaining more context, since the data is readily available to him, he can provide a more seamless and a contextual experience, and he doesn't have to repeat the questions. Not only that, we also have skill-based and automated routing too. While all this is happening, we have agent productivity tools, which provide next best steps via Smart Assist, and as well as the agent scripts, which are right down below. Using agent scripts, the agent can capture the steps that he's taking. A lot of times in the contact center industry, we have a need to integrate line of business apps. So we also provide you a capability to provide a multi-app experience right within the session context, and you can embed those web apps within the application tabs. There's also a pre-integrated experience with the knowledge base. So for the customers who are using a Dynamics 365 knowledge base, you can leverage that capability too out of the box. Now, looking at the suggestion that was given to the agent by the Smart Assist to use co-browse, I'm going into a split mode wherein I'm going to show you agent on the left-hand side and customer on the right-hand side. Now, the agent is going to initiate a co-browse session using a very immersive tool that is available right within the chat window. Here, I have integrated a third-party co-browse provider called LogMeIn right within the chat window. Now, the moment an agent initiates the co-browse tool, the customer gets a notification for consent. And when the customer provides consent, the co-browse is launched in an application tab in a contextual manner within the session. Using the co-browse tool based on the kind of features that the third-party co-browse tool provides, you can navigate on behalf of the customer and point the customer to the right section of the website. Not only that, you can also use annotation tools that are provided by the third-party providers to highlight the different sections of that particular website as well. There are third-party co-browse providers which also provide PCI compliance form-based filling, so you can leverage those aspects too. An agent can, on behalf of the customer, do form filling too. Fast forward a few minutes. The next thing that I'm going to show you is the capability to add voice and video on top of the existing chat. If the customer says that he's not able to address his question based on the co-browse session, now again using a very immersive experience, the agent is going to launch a voice and video call right on top of chat, just like the way you all are used to doing for Teams channel. The customer gets a notification once he accepts. The voice and video call is established. You have different levers to control the voice and video modality and continue with the conversation. Fast forward few messages. As the conversation is going on, I want to show you that there's a real-time Smart Assist capability, and Smart Assist can tune the suggestions in a real-time manner. This also provides you an option to make and turn your customer service agents for upsell opportunities and for those use cases. So based on the suggestion, the agent can provide upsell suggestions to the customers. And if the customers are okay with that, they can go ahead and close the deal for the upsell suggestions as well. However, if customer comes back and says that he's having any more issues, the next thing that I'm going to show you is macros, using which you can automatically create cases, open up forms, pre-populate the information with all the data that is available in the context automatically, so that the agent doesn't have to type in those messages. Lastly, on chat, what I'm going to show you is the collaboration tool and an ability to transfer it back to a bot and get a post-chat feedback in a very conversational manner right within the chat window. Capture that information, store it with the conversation, and do analytics. In the last section of this particular session, I'm going to show you the other channels that we have. So right now, on my right-hand side, on the customer front, I have logged in as May Gibbs on Facebook Messenger. Right from the Facebook Messenger, I start a conversation. And just like the way a bot was engaged on chat, the same bot can be plugged in on Facebook Messenger as well, and it can help the customer address his question across different channels. Just like the way escalation happened on chat, a seamless escalation happens for Facebook Messenger conversations as well. All the productivity tools that I talked about for chat channel, like multi-session experience, multi-app experience, productivity tools, context, everything is available right within the same interface across all channels for Facebook Messenger conversations too. The next channel that I'm going to show you is WhatsApp. So what I'm opening is web WhatsApp version. I'll start interacting again with the bot here, but in the interest of time, I'll just bypass the information gathering and self-serve aspects and directly escalate the conversation to an agent. The moment I say talk to an agent, the bot will transfer the conversation to an agent. And just like the way I showed to you on chat and Facebook Messenger, all the productivity tools like session management, quick replies, context, productivity tools, everything remains as is. So as an agent, I'm not hopping across different tools for different channels. It is just the same experience, reducing the training cost by a drastic amount of time. Lastly, all the conversations that have happened in the system get stored inside the same CDS stack where you have all the information so that you can correlate all that information with your existing contact records, existing case records, and we have out of the box industry standard insights, KPIs, and dashboards that will help you with operational metrics and to make key decisions on different actions that you can take to optimize your call center, contact center operations. On that note, briefly summarizing the pillars that we saw today in the demo, starting from self-service, omnichannel engagement, agent productivity, proactive service, and how insights and knowledge is provided in an immersive manner right throughout the experience for both agents, customers, and supervisors. Now, all this was a vision and a dream few months back. A big shout out and thank you to all the customers who have been working with us so closely to make this happen and make it a reality today. So thank you so much. I'm very positive and certain that this meets a lot of our key customer asks, specifically for the customers who have been already working with us. And for the folks who are seeing this for the first time, I sincerely hope that it resonates well with your use cases as well. On that note, we can open up for Q&A. Over to you, Gianna. Do you see any popular questions coming across?
Absolutely. Thanks, Alpana, for highlighting some of the new capabilities in Omnichannel for customer service. We'll head over to some of the audience questions now. So this first one from Christina, are you able to share what third-party vendors you have partnered with for co-browse?
Absolutely. So we have already started working with co-browse providers like ScreenMeet and LogMeIn. So you will start seeing some of these options getting lit up on our AppSource platform today, which is the platform for ISV providers to provide their plug-and-play solutions. So stay tuned to the AppSource platform where you will start seeing those options. And as we move forward, we are also engaged with a lot of other co-browse providers, and we can keep you posted on them too.
Wonderful. Now, another question that we've seen several times throughout the chat, will Omnichannel be replacing USD?
A great question. Thank you so much for asking that. So Omnichannel for customer service comes with both the browser-based experience, which are the new experiences, but the core channels are also available for Unified Service Desk. So we have a solution available today, which works on the Unified Service Desk client as well. There are some differences in terms of capabilities across Unified Service Desk and the solution that is provided on browser. The browser-based experiences are meant for lightweight contact center use cases, wherein you don't want to go ahead and do the thick desktop client maintenance activities. However, for the use cases wherein there is a heavy line of business app integration and state management asks across those line of business app integrations, you can go ahead and use Unified Service Desk. All the customers who are using Unified Service Desk today, don't worry, it is not getting deprecated, so to speak, if that is a concern. So that will still be on, and all the first-party channels that we're lighting up as part of the Omnichannel stack, if you are willing and interested to leverage those first-party channels on USD, you will be able to do that too.
Thanks, Alpana. And next one is a question from Gabriel. Can I use the chat channel on Power Apps Canvas?
That's a great question. In fact, there's no reason why you should not be able to do it. And in fact, we have started lining up a proof of concept or an out-of-the-box demo that we can publish on YouTube on how you can do that too. So stay tuned, Gabriel. Hopefully you'll see the demo on the YouTube very soon.
And another question, the WhatsApp and Twitter options, are they available on the Dynamics 365 trial version?
So WhatsApp is via Twilio, and that is indeed available as part of our out-of-the-box offering today. So you'll have to get a Twilio account, plug and play that in our admin experience, and get the WhatsApp experience. Again, just want to call out quickly, we have a 30-day trial, which is available, and all our geos have been already updated for the April release. So there's no reason why you cannot play around with these capabilities firsthand. So I would highly encourage you all to go ahead and sign up for 30-day trial, which is available, and play around with all these channels. Bring your SMS providers, be it Telesign, Twilio, bring your Twilio account for SMS and as well as WhatsApp, and try out these capabilities and share with us some of the feedback that you may have.
Wonderful. And we have just about 3 minutes left, so probably time for 1 or 2 more questions. We'll go over to the next question from Stephen. Is co-browse available for Microsoft Dynamics e-commerce?
So right now, Omnichannel is built on top of Dynamics 365 Customer Service. It's an add-on on top of Dynamics 365 Customer Service. The chat widget is a widget that is embeddable on any website, be it a Dynamics 365 Power Apps portals, or be it a custom website that's built on any custom stack, or be it an Dynamics e-commerce website that is exposed to the end customers in terms of the shopping cart experience. So the widget is a simple JavaScript that you can embed on any website. The Omnichannel agent experiences, those are built on top of customer service today, and that's what is available out of the box. But yes, we are working with the commerce team to see how we can light up the Omnichannel experience for the commerce agent support agents as well. So stay tuned. You will definitely hear something soon on that front too.
Wonderful. And with just about a minute left, we'll wrap up with this being our last question. What is the availability for trials?
Yeah, as I mentioned a few minutes back, we have 30-day trial available across geos. Go to trials.dynamics.com, select customer service, and subscribe to a new trial. You'll get an Omnichannel 30-day add-on trial available to you, which you can go ahead and add it in your instance and play around with it. So 30-day trial is absolutely free. Go ahead and play around with it anytime you want.
Wonderful. Thanks, Alpana. So that concludes our Q&A portion. Any closing remarks for the audience?
Thank you, Rihanna. If you have more questions, we have Expert Connect customer service sessions lined up later during the day. So feel free to join us there. And you will also get the slide and the entire deck for offline reference as well, which has a lot of resources around our documentation, trial options, and COVID offerings. Feel free to take full advantage of this information. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us on the different forums. We will be happy to engage with you. And we look forward, in fact, to your feedback for our upcoming waves. Thank you so much.